7 p.m. at the
Doors
convention.
open at 6:30, so you can come learn about CERT.
Good, great. Dana?
Just to remind the council that I'm sure Russ is going to send a notice to you to remind you at 5 o'clock is the Convention Center Commission meeting, and to say thank you to Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
And to Patrick, but especially Jeff, because he's been there for 25 years.
And that's
At Thursday.
Thursday.
Yes, Thursday at 5 p.m. And there's going to be a little reception, so.
Okay, good. Thanks for that reminder. Good.
And I liked what David just said about trying to get the RVs out of that area.
Good. Tita?
Well, I'm going to start off with the fireworks. I fully endorse everything that Kathy brought up to us. And we did say in July that we were going to gather a group together to work on some resolutions for the coming year. And so I'm hoping that we will start that soon, so that we can see what we can do to make things better in our community. For all members of our community, for the environment, for the wildlife and the domestic life, and for our citizens, especially those who are veterans and those who may have mental health issues that these kinds of loud noises cause problems for. I continue to have to be puzzled over why, in order to do things, to celebrate something, we have to use things that make us think of war. And so, anyway, I just I want to keep us on task with the fireworks issues. The homeless think tank Seaside has been meeting now for 4 Fridays in a row, and we have a couple more meetings. We were originally going to bring to the council a report and have a discussion at the second meeting of this month. However, the mayor can't be here then, and I think it's very, very important that we have the mayor here when we do that. So he and I have talked, and what we're going to do is the first meeting of November, which is November the 8th, I believe.
That's correct.
We're going to start off that evening at 6 p.m. with a workshop so that we go over what has happened and make everybody familiar, basically to prepare for a discussion during our meeting that follows that. And it will be my intention that I will have a handout and a discussion items, and I will want to bring each of you up to speed so that we're really on task with this, and we know what our citizens have been saying and what kinds of avenues we're looking at. If I ever thought there was an easy answer, which I never did, this certainly would have stopped me in my tracks. And this is definitely a situation where a lot of people don't understand a lot of things, and a lot of people, there's no one way to make everybody happy, but we're looking at how can we do the best for our community. I have I have met a lot of really nice homeless people and people who are formerly homeless. And there's a lot of good things going on in our county already. And what I think we all realize is that this is not simply Seaside. It's something for the whole county.
Good. Thank you. Randy?
Well, seems like a long time since I've been in a meeting, but we've missed a lot, and somebody got waylaid also. Anyway, good to be back here. You okay?
I noticed in the time that I left.
Yeah. Things like, I caught something too, I'm not sure what. Well, updates from the airport is, of course, our barbecue got canceled with an increase of COVID outbreak. The committee felt like that was the wise thing to do. However, there are things going on at the airport. I mean, it's an active group. We're looking for one more member on the advisory committee, and it meets every other month on the last Tuesday of the month. Looks like there's interest. More people would like to rent hangars. So how this happens out there is an investor would build hangars on city property. We have a contract with them, and then they would rent them out. So it's a matter of attracting somebody that wants to do that. But there are people already speaking up, maybe 4 or 5 people that would be interested in renting those. And the reason that's a big deal is if we could reach the number of 10 permanent aircraft at our airport, then we qualify for a lot of funding, federal funding that we don't now qualify for. So that would be a real good thing. Hopefully we'll see something like that happen. And like I say, this group is really involved. They show up and they work on the property, they mow, they paint, and just watch out for the, for the good of the property. They post pictures, they maintain the website. We have web cameras out there, and probably the best weather stats on the coast. If you ever go to the site, look at it. So
that's
this
good.
is a real active group, and I'm proud of it, and sort of appreciate them, and hopefully we'll get the right person that will step up and volunteer. And that's it.
Good. Wonderful. Good work at the airport. Steve?
Just one more plug for tomorrow night. It's put on by our CERT team, and I don't think Sue got noticed that she's actually our team leader. So she is really pushing this, been doing a lot of work, and appreciate it. Yeah. And this is really the first big thing that Seaside CERT has done. So we're hoping to gain a lot of new members from that. The Transportation Advisory Committee didn't have a meeting last month, but I can pass on that there's a project out here at right outside at this signal that is on the ODOT list of things to do. It's a short list, so we're not approved yet, but hopefully that will come about. If you go out and look at some of those signals and the posts, they're not in very good shape. And I just want to say this just because I've seen so much lately about people just, loggerheads against each other. I came across a phrase called lead with grace. And there's 2 parts to that. One is we are leaders in the community. So we're leading, but the ideas go beyond just your function as a leader, but when you are talking with somebody, start with grace. And grace has lots of different definitions. It might be empathy or forgiveness or just being thankful for what you're able to do. But, we're out there, but the first response you should have, maybe it's not something that needs to be said, but I think it's a good reminder that we come out the first time when, somebody comes up and says, we want all you guys out of there, we need to understand how they're feeling and figure out, okay, where are you coming from? It's just too easy to respond with negativity when somebody does something like that. And that's, that's a problem that's going on so much nowadays. Yeah. So instead, just offer that graceful attitude, and it takes a lot of different faces, like I said, whether it's empathy or forgiveness. Uh-oh, must be time to go. So that's it.
Hope that was a graceful response out there. Thank you, Steve. I think we need to listen carefully to what you're saying. One thing I meant to say at the end of public comments is that we do, courtesy of Kim, our city recorder, receive a number of communications from citizens that go into our packet, so that people who are unable to attend the meeting, who want to make comments to us, they're here. And those become a part of the public record. We do not read them all into the record, but they will be a part of the record. I just wanted to make that known clearly. I wanted to read a statement. It's not long, in response to a number of these. And I know Tita and I have talked about getting something together so that we are responding to each one of these correspondences that we're getting. It's almost impossible for us to do all of them individually, but we're working on that. But I want to say this. Clearly, we have heard the concerns of citizens regarding how homelessness is impacting various neighborhoods in our city. First, let me say that I'm concerned with the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of every person in our community, and we're doing our best to navigate our way through this current situation that is impacting Seaside and virtually every community in our state. Second, we are working under the obligation to follow the law. The laws set forward by the Oregon legislature and regional cases that have ended up in the courts are providing the guidelines under which we are required to operate. While dealing with these realities, the City Council, through the work of the Homeless Task Force, are making significant progress toward both short-term and long-term solutions to the homeless, houseless situation impacting a significant portion of our population. These solutions take time. They take money. They take not-for-profits and citizen involvement and planning. Until we are prepared to announce these plans and implementation timelines, we ask for your patience, your support, and your prayers. Mayor Barber. Wanted to say that for the record, and I think you're going to be encouraged to hear what the task force has put together. Really some hard work, a lot of listening, and I hope we'll look forward to that workshop on the 8th. And the council meeting then, it'll be on the agenda in the council meeting as well. Finally, I'm always moved every year by the proclamation regarding domestic violence. In my previous work, I worked with a lot of both men and women who were victims of domestic violence. It's an ugly, ugly thing. And I read this wonderful quote that really struck home with me. It says, you can recognize survivors of abuse by their courage. When silence is so very inviting, they step forward and share their truth so others know they aren't alone. And that's the key. With that, we're adjourned.